26 miles, that's a long way. You'll start questioning your sanity. You'll say, why in my right mind would I go out and run 26 miles? And I never look at courses. It's only come back to haunt me once, and that was in Chicago in '85 when I had a lot left over, and all of a sudden there was the finish line. And but that's the only time. I never have regrets in running. You can't. I mean, you can always say, well, what if I did this and look ahead, never look back. So for you first-time marathoners, if you haven't seen the course, don't go out there and look at it tonight. And try to break the course down into familiar training runs. If you think of 26 miles in one piece of pie, that's a long way to go. But if you break it down and say, okay, I'm going to go out for a 6-mile training run, and you do that, then you only have 20 miles left. And then you say, well, now I'm going out for a 10-mile training run. And then you have only 10 miles left. It's a lot easier to prepare yourself mentally for what lies ahead if you break it down into smaller distances. Another piece of advice I'll give you is don't try anything new tonight or tomorrow. Don't test your palate. Because that could come back to haunt you as well. Only go with what's tried and true, and that goes for the race course too. If you haven't tried any of the supplements that are available to you out there tomorrow, don't try them for the first time. I remember taking my first supplement on a race course. It was in New York City, and I almost gagged, and I almost wasn't able to finish the run. So, you know, if you had something on the run before, fine. If you haven't, put in your little pocket, or what I often do is safety pin a little baggie inside my shorts, and that's my survival kit. I put what's you know, anything that I might possibly want out there, you know, which is just about everything but the kitchen sink. Not really. And the other thing for the first-time marathoners I would suggest is that you put a lot of petroleum jelly all over your feet, on top of your feet, on the bottoms of your feet, between your toes, and don't hesitate to really lubricate your feet. And if you start to feel a blister when you're out there, make sure you move that portion of the foot that you feel is really hot. Just keep it moving, and the blister won't establish itself. And you don't have to do this for the race. The sensation will start to go away if you move it. And that's probably the most important advice anybody's ever given to me as a marathoner. But why marathoning for me? It was a challenge. I mean, I started out, you have to remember, I grew up with 3 brothers, so it was survival of the fittest. And I also grew up in the pre-Title IX days. So when I was in high school, Title IX legislation hadn't passed. So they didn't have